Welcome by a new video from Casa Rico Retreats. Just join me for a second here in my outside kitchen. I'm just enjoying my mate and I was realizing what would be the last video of the Casa Rico Retreats Origin Stories, because I have shared all the most important phases and chapters what led up to the existence of Casa Rico Retreats, and also like the startup with Casa Rico Retreats. And then I remember a day, and this is an important shift, basically when the search was finished, because I was sitting upstairs in the porch in front of the house watching the sunset one evening, and it was the first time in my life, there is a wasp over here, it was the first time in my life that there was no destination anymore to go to. And that was such a weird feeling. I had never felt that feeling before. I realized that we are wired in society to go to the next destination. On school, you work for your good grades, then you have to go to the next class, then you have to go to the next school. You have to in sport improve to the next level, and etc, etc, etc. And then in your last school phase, you're like busy with, from here I go to my job, and then with the job you're like, hey, I need to have a higher salary, and I need to go from a rental house to the buying house, I need to go from this to that. And there is always this next destination. And maybe even the physical world eventually it's finished, but still within you have not found it yet, then the looking will never stop, because then it's where is more happiness, where is more fulfillment, where is more contentment. And then it's in people, in experiences, in travel, in beers, in candy, in watching movies, in Netflix, etc, etc. Then there's always something that you need from the future, always something you search for, to have the feeling that there is more happiness, or there is more life, or whatever. And for me, that was what I just shared, in school, in work, in more money, and etc. Then when this trail for me didn't have value anymore, it was for, okay, what is then what I want, what is my purpose, how can I express my authenticity into this world, how can I live that it feels truly fulfilled. And I went on this search, and one day I was sitting in this chair and I realized I have my son, what I wanted for years. I have my dream relationship, what I subconsciously wanted for years, but not had before. I had relationships, but they were not perfect. So still within the relationship I was looking, and now I had the perfect relationship. I was living on my dream location. I was doing the work I truly love to do. I was making money with it. I was healthy. I just realized I have found it. And I was sitting on the chair above, like there. I look at this location right now. And it was like, what now? What now? It was if my life was accomplished or something. And from there I was for 2, 3, 4 months in a very stabilizing stage, in a very empty and at the same time full space, because somehow I didn't need to search anymore, but at the same time life continued, and life is always evolving, so somehow I needed to evolve. You know, that is the natural pull from life, to evolve. But it came from a different place than before. It was not me who needed to look almost obsessively for change to become truly me. That was finished. And within this month, I realized it's not about finding more anymore. It's not about finding something different anymore. It's not about all this kind of things. I realized the essence that I have found, I just need to give it extension. I just need to deepen it. I just need to fine tune it. I just need to multiply it. So I have a pig and 6 chickens. Why not a goat and a dog, you know? So not something different, but just add more animals. That makes me happy. We do private retreats. Why not couple retreats? Double private retreat. And now we do small group retreats. I had a son, now I have a daughter. So now I have 2 kids. I have a relationship. I still have the relationship, but we are on a different stage. So I felt like this movement of I don't have to search anymore. I don't have to go somewhere anymore. What I have found, I just need to keep aligning it, let it evolve, and deepen it out. And so 2 roosters are fighting. 3 roosters are fighting. Wow. There, rooster fights. It's the same super funny thing. I had 1 rooster, I have 3 roosters. I'm not like, oh, now I'm more happy. It's just naturally came like this, you know? And sometimes I'm speaking to people, or I'm on the street, or I'm on what kind of a birthday, and you know, and then sometimes people say like, yeah, but it's never enough, or it's never good, or there's always something, or there's always this next thing. And then I look at them, and without saying, they almost always ask me like, or isn't it? Or you don't think so? And then I said, no, I don't think so, because I've experienced otherwise already like 5 years ago. If you do the right inner work, and if you find your within without and your without within, that basically heaven meets the earth, and basically, yeah, that is it, then it's all there. And then it just disappears. And I've experienced this. And this is the last stage of how Casa Rico retreats came to being, because eventually all the ingredients were there, and now it was just moving with these ingredients into the future, as if I have found the right menus for a restaurant, and I knew, okay, with these menus I can just run this restaurant for 20 years. And of course we change the menu a bit, and we improve it, and we add whatever extra dishes, and you eventually also take away, but it stays the same restaurant with the same ingredients and the same philosophy. And that's what I founded that day. And that was weird, because for 20 years or something, always go to the next step and the next step and the next step. There was no next step. And that's beautiful, because now today I can just sit here. I can just sit here 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, drinking mate, watching the chickens, watching the mountain, closing my eyes, doing meditation, because I have arrived, and it's super nice. Gives a lot of peace and a lot of contentment. And yes, so this is the closing of the Casa Rico Origin Stories. From here I want to share more videos about, okay, how is it nowadays? What are we doing? How is the lifestyle? How is the philosophy? How are the retreats going? How do we prepare retreats? How do I cook on fire? Why do I cook on fire? What does it do when I cook on fire? All this kind of things. Like, what's the breath work? The whole thing what we're doing here, I want to deepen that out in the video, so that you can expect in the next videos. Bye bye.